So we're going to do a bit of an extended problem using Avogadro's number, converting between moles and molecules, and we also want to count up all the atoms that we find within the molecule. So the question asks us how many molecules of calcium chloride are in 4 moles. Now, by now we should be pretty familiar with our steps for solving molar conversion problems. We want to identify the relationship. We want to go from moles to molecules, and we know that 1 mole is equal to 1 mole equals 6.022 times 10 to the 23rd molecules. And so we are going to set up our initial given quantity. Make it a fraction. So we're given 4 moles of CaCl2. Make it a fraction, put it over 1 times. Now we're going to next set up the conversion fraction and converting between moles and molecules. Let's see, I got moles up top, so I'm going to put 1 mole on the bottom. That's going to go on the bottom. I'm going to put 6.022 times 10 to the 23rd molecules up top. There we go. And then my moles cancel. And now my next step. I actually already went to the next step. I'm multiplying the conversion fraction. Multiply across the top. Multiply across the bottom. So 4 times 6.022 times 10 to the 23rd. There we go. Over 1 times 1. Multiply across the bottom. Times 1. And that is going to equal. Now, when I do this, I'm going to do this in a calculator. And when I do, I want to make sure I put parentheses around this, just so that the calculator gets the order of operations right. Let's see, 4 times, open parentheses, 6.022 times 10 to the 23rd, close parentheses, equals, is a 2.409 10 to the 24th. I'm rounding. Let me put that over there so we can see it. There it is. Okay. 2.409 times 10 to the 24th molecules. All right. And there is our answer. How many molecules of calcium chloride are in 4 moles? Well, the answer is 2.409 times 10 to the 24th molecules, but we are not done just yet, because now I want to know how many atoms of calcium, how many atoms of chlorine, and how many total atoms. So if I'm starting out with this, 2.409 times 10 to the 24th molecules of CaCl2, I should have put this down there. This is the compound calcium chloride. So here's what I want to find out. How many atoms of calcium? Well, for every molecule of CaCl2, which is here, I have 1 calcium atom. That looks like it got cut off. There we go. 1 calcium atom, and I have 2 chlorine atoms, because that's Cl2, that subscript means I have 2 chlorine atoms. So I have 2 chlorine atoms. So if I want to find out how many atoms of calcium, I just take my 1 calcium atom times 2.409 times 10 to the 24th. So 2.409 times 10 to the 24th times 1. That's going to give me 2.409 times 10 to the 24th calcium atoms. And there we go. Very straightforward. And now I want to know how many atoms of chlorine. Well, for every one molecule, I have 2 chlorine atoms. So I'm going to take my 2.409 times 10 to the 24th molecules, and I'm going to multiply that by 2, which is going to give me my result. So I'm going to do that times 2 equals 4.818 rounding, 4.818 times 10 to 24 chlorine atoms. And there we go. So I have twice as many chlorine atoms as calcium atoms, which makes sense because each molecule has 2 chlorines, only 1 calcium. And then if I want to find out how many total atoms, so the total number of atoms, well, all I do is just add them up. So all the Cl atoms plus all of the calcium atoms. So let me just do that right here. That's addition plus. All right, so I had the 4.8 number in here already, and now I'm going to put in parentheses. Don't forget 2.409 times 10 to the 24. There we go, close parentheses. And my answer is going to be 7.23, rounding, 7.23 times 10 to the, I lost it. I think it was, oh wow, I lost it. I 10 to the, 24th probably. Total atoms. Okay. So, or it might be, 4.8. Okay, so yeah, there we go. So 2.409 times 10 to the 24 plus 4.818 times 10 to the 24th equals, 7.23 times 10 to the 24th. There we go. So knowing how many atoms are in each molecule, you can easily calculate how many atoms you have total and how many of each atom that you have. So just to recap, how many molecules of sodium chloride are in 4 moles? We convert from moles to molecules using this relationship. 1 mole, 6.02 10 to the 23rd molecules. 4 moles calcium chloride over 1 times 6.022 10 to the 23rd molecules over 1 mole. Put the moles on the bottom so that the moles cancel. And then we did the math and we found that it was 2.409 times 10 to the 24th molecules of CaCO2. And then we asked how many atoms of calcium, how many atoms of chlorine. And so we took that. We saw that since it was 1 calcium atom per molecule, it would be the number of molecules times 1, which is 2.409 times 10 to the 24. And then for chlorine, is 2 chlorine atoms per molecule. So if we have 2.409 times 10 to the 24th molecules times 2 chlorine atoms per molecule, that gave us 4.818. And then we asked how many total atoms, and to get that, we just added them up. That plus that gave us that. And there we go.